watched a documentary a couple of days ago that made me really angry, made me really upset, made me cry, made me want to throw things at the TV, made me kind of embarrassed also that people in the world still think rape is okay, people still think that women are there to be used, and people still think that girls deserve to be raped. I'm talking about India's daughter, so I'm talking about the Indian girl that was a medical student that had, I think, had just finished her degree, and she was raped on a private bus on the way home from the cinema with one of her friends. From watching the documentary, I think she was basically raped as a punishment because she was out with a guy that wasn't a family member in public, and that makes me so angry. Like, living in the UK, that is like a normal thing for a girl to do. That is a normal thing for a girl to do, a normal thing that friends do together, and going to the cinema with a friend, whether he's male or female, really isn't an issue here. I watched it with my mum and she was floods of tears, and every single male in that video bar her dad was an absolute moron. People were saying things like, if a girl's raped in India, she shouldn't fight back, she should just let the rape happen. Another guy was saying how it made them angry, the fact that they retaliated on the bus when there was a little bit of conflict, and that again was just teaching her a lesson. Not only was she raped, but she was brutally hurt and ended up dying in hospital a few days later. I felt sick at what they'd actually done to her. Like, I didn't know the full story until I watched this documentary, and I actually felt sick. I think the documentary was actually banned in India because I think people didn't want the word to get out that this is the kind of stuff that was happening, but it was shown on BBC4 a couple of days ago, I think on Monday, and I physically felt sick. One guy that they interviewed that had actually raped, he was being hung, he just showed no remorse whatsoever. Like, he still sat there basically saying that it was okay and she shouldn't have fought back, and women that go out gallivanting and dress in a certain way basically deserve to be raped, and that it's not uncommon for that to happen, and lots of rapes go not talked about, lots of rapes are not reported, and I think it is totally disgusting. It made me so angry, and it also made me like really scared to ever go to India, like if that's the mentality of people over there. And I know it's probably just a really small minority of people, but it is absolutely disgusting. I just can't understand that. Your mum brought you into the world, a woman brought you into the world and gave you life, and you think it's okay to do that to me. Like, what if that was your sister? What if that was your aunt? What if that was your mum? I don't understand. Like, a woman should totally be respected, as well should men, but I just don't understand the mentality, and that's okay. It makes me feel totally sick, and I'm really glad that I live in a country where, you know, rape is seen as being wrong and people generally get punished. But the problem is, proving that you're raped is one thing and reporting it is something completely different, because a lot of it is not reported because it literally is your word against theirs. And in India, even the lawyers were like absolute twats. Like, even the lawyer was, you know, one of the defense lawyers for the rapist was saying that if that was his daughter, he would have no issues setting fire to her in front of his whole family because she shouldn't have been out at the cinema with a guy. That's disgusting. This poor girl that had worked her whole life, and her family were really, really poor. They'd sold land so that she could go to university and become a doctor. She'd graduated and she was literally out celebrating with her friend before she started her internship, and she was raped because she was out with a guy. And I have a feeling that's why the conflict started on the bus, and that's why the whole thing happened. Like, I am totally disgusting and repulsed by this. Please tell me if you watched the documentary. If you didn't and you're in the UK, you can find it on BBC4, I think on iPlayer, which is where I watched it. And I just want to know your opinion. And like I said, I know it's not everybody, and I know it's a really small percentage of people, but I want to hear from people that live over there. Like, what do you think about this? Like, what is your opinion on this? I am so angry. I just don't know what to think, and that is such a disgusting way to like look at a female. You know, I did make a video about rape, and I made a video to say to girls, you know, keep yourself safe, because there are people in the world that, you know, just rape girls because they're psychotic. But I never realised actually in some places rape was thought of being as like, oh, it's just something that if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, you're going to get raped, and nobody's going to do anything about it, no one's going to say anything, and probably it's not going to be reported. And the rapist himself basically said that if there's punishment for rape and if guys are being hung for it, they're probably just going to kill the girl so that there's no evidence of anyone finding out what they've done. And the juvenile guy, so the guy was only 17, he only got put away for 3 years years because he was 17. So he raped this girl, he beat her, and somebody like pulled out her intestine or something like that and left her, like threw her outside on the road. And some guy described her as like a cow that had just given birth because she probably had bits like coming out of her. And I just don't understand how he only got 3 years because he was only like 17. Like 17, people get married under the age of 17, and he was let off because he was only 17. It was still, he's played a part in it. 3 years is like absolutely nothing. I'm not sure entirely what I think about the death penalty. Like, I'm really not sure about my opinion on that because I'm not sure if two wrongs make a right, but I don't really know. I just want to know everyone's opinions because I'm just so angry and I'm so upset about it, and I just feel like I want somebody to talk to and I needed an outlet. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you saw the documentary, and if you haven't, go and watch it and then comment on the video and let me know what you think. Yeah, just makes me really angry. It's just not right. Like, rape is just not right. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter what it is. Nobody asks to be raped. So girls, I'm going to say it again, like, girls need to just stay safe, because until every guy in the world knows that rape is wrong and every rapist in the world gets heavily punished and people are actually scared of raping somebody because they're scared of what's going to happen to them, guys, what are you doing? Like, don't rape women. It's disgusting. Like, if that was your mum or if that was your sister, I'm sure you'd have something to say about it. I'm sure you'd beat someone up. I'm sure you'd want to kill somebody. So I just don't understand, to all the rapists out there that are watching this, it's disgusting. That is it. That is my opinion. That is what I feel, and that is just so please let me know in the comments your opinions. If you saw the show, tell me what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm really sorry about the rant. I'm really sorry that I'm so angry, but you know, as a female, or generally as a human being, I think most of you, or all of you, should agree that it's just disgusting.